We recently broke up with one of the big reasons being our differences in opinion on immigration. She is a Mexican American with some of her family being here illegally. I am a Trump supporting ANCAP born to MAGA. Well, she is an open border, hard ANCAP Trump skeptic. Should I follow through with my threat to call ICE on her stepfather, who is here illegally and who sexually abused her as a child, giving her major depression? That's from John.
John, that is quite an email. Let me just tell you that right up front.
Hey, Stefan, how you doing?
I'm well. For those who don't know, ANCAP, anarcho-capitalist. It means no state as the central organizing principle of society, negotiation, and rules organically developed through the free market rather than a massive or any kind of government. That's an anarcho-capitalist. There are anarchists who are socialists or communists because they don't understand what anarchist means. Anarchist means without rulers. It doesn't mean without rules. And in fact, the argument is that when you have rulers, as you can currently see with Mueller's FBI investigation, when you have rulers, you have no rules. So I just wanted to point that out. That's what the ANCAP. I love this born to, baby, we were born to MAGA. It's just like the Springsteen song. Okay. That's quite a tale. So her stepfather raped her as a child.
Yeah, over the course of several years growing up, she was sexually abused by her stepfather and a few of her uncles. So she suffers from, a lot of depression that would come up in our arguments throughout our relationship, where, she would just completely break down and, be suicidal at some points. And, it was really hard working with her and getting her through that. But it wasn't until we met that she actually gained the courage to talk to her mother about these things, because her mother was apparently unaware of all of this, which my mom is kind of skeptical of. She said that, there's no way no mother doesn't know that that's going on. So I don't know, but it has affected our relationship. And, the immigration debate has been coming up a lot.
Oh, listen, no, fuck the immigration debate. Sorry. Mm-hmm. You have a pedophile around? The other. Sorry, my glottal stops are paralyzed with the shock. The other uncles, are they also in the country? The other rapey uncles, the child rapists?
Yeah, and I believe they are here illegally as well.
So, to me, the issue is not primarily, are they in the country illegally? The issue is, did they rape a child over the course of several years? That seems to me a little bit more important, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you.
Right. Now, having them in the country, it's almost like they're not sending their best when you think about it. Having them in the country, do you think that exposes more children to risks of being raped?
Yeah, I don't I've gone over her house and I haven't really had a chance to talk to him. I shook his hand once, which was kind of awkward.
No. I don't know where you're going at this point. Let's go back to my question. I don't know where you're jetting off to with your jetpack of dissociation here. My question is, my friend, having these child rapist pedophiles in the country, is that exposing more children in the country to risks of being raped?
Yeah, I would say so, yes.
Right. Do you think that's an important consideration?
Yeah, most definitely. And kind of had it handed to me on Reddit when I asked Reddit the same question. And, they were all like, hey, what are you doing? Yeah, you should call ICE on these guys. But someone...
They're child rapists, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, isn't it whatever you do to get them out of the environment and protect the children? Isn't
and
that
that's
kind of nuts?
where I guess
What?
statute
How long
of
have you known about this
limitations, I
for?
guess, comes into mind. Well, I've just recently learned that her stepfather did this, but apparently, this was like 20 some odd years ago that this all happened to her growing up in her house. So it's kind of like, have these people improved at all? Are they still doing what they're doing? I don't know. I've never met them. Her uncles I've never met. I just know all this from the stories she's told me, and I told her that, look, you should call ICE on them.
Well,
I'm like,
yeah,
this
I
is
mean,
your.
I don't know what agency, I mean, that's all kind of illegal. I don't know what the statute is, whatever it is, but does she think that they should stick around and just be around American children? Is this her plan, to have these guys just kind of hang out in America and do what they want?
Yeah, I don't know. She thinks I'm the crazy one, and I think she's really doing it to protect her mother. From what she told me, her mom is, dependent on this man, his income, and to take care of her brothers, one of which is autistic. So, she's like, you don't need to be involved in this. I'll take care of it. This is my family's problem. And
No, fuck that, man. It's not her family's problem for two reasons. Number one, taxpayers have to foot the bill for all these predations. Number two, she told you. Once she tells you, you don't get to put it back in the box. You understand, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah, so, our relationship is pretty much done.
No, you guys are broken up. Let's get back to the mom. The mom.
Yeah.
I forgot. I was unaware. I'm blind. I'm an idiot. I'm Helen Keller when it comes to stimulus around what's going on. I mean, I've never been afforded that kind of luxury to just say, well, I had no idea. Right? Ignorance of the law is no excuse. I forgot the test was today. Too bad. You get an F. I forgot to deliver the newspapers when I was doing my paper route. Too bad. You're in trouble. I forgot the essay was due today. Too bad. You're out. Right? So this I forgot, I didn't notice, I didn't know. It's your job to know. It's your job to know. If you're a lawyer and you just don't read the section of law for the law court, well, does that mean everyone says that's totally fine? No problem. Yeah, no problem. I'll pay you anyway. Sure, no problem. I got a whole big complicated real estate conversation. You told me that you were going to deal with it as a lawyer, and then you never read up anything on real estate law, and you completely cocked up the case. But here, I'm going to pay you anyway, and you're going to be my lawyer for the next one. Because it's kind of your job when you're a lawyer to competently know the law that you're claiming to represent someone for, right? Now, as a mother, number one job, protect your children, right? Protect your children. Now, if her mother says, well, I had no idea, then she's saying she is a terrible enough mom that she had absolutely no idea what her daughter was like before being raped and after being raped. You understand?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You've got some girlfriend. This is adults. You've got some girlfriend, a sunny, bubbly, happy personality. One night, she's brutally gang raped. And the next morning, you notice absolutely nothing different about her. Nothing whatsoever. Wouldn't that be insane? Could that even remotely be believed by any human being? I had no idea my girlfriend was gang raped last night. Never crossed my mind. Never had any idea that this had happened to her. I didn't notice any change whatsoever. Bullshit.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. Like, how her mother cannot know. It
makes no sense because it's bullshit.
And
because
so that's where,
she can
my girlfriend was.
And this is why treating women equally is considered sexism, right? I mean, it's considered sexism because this is a completely unbelievable story. You have no idea that the man is a pedophile. You have no idea that for years he and his brothers were raping your daughter. No idea whatsoever. Well, it doesn't matter it's still your job to know, and it's still your job to figure it out. And if you don't even, like the idea that you don't even notice your daughter before and after being raped as a child, no difference, no change whatsoever, no change in mood. She's just as sunny the next day as, come on. Oh, come on. I mean, the most insulting thing about the world, of course, is just how much bullshit you're expected to swallow with a straight face.
Yeah.
It's come on. Nobody can believe this. Nobody in their right mind can believe this. And don't just say it's weird. It's not weird. Bullshit.
Yeah, and it tears her apart that, this is, she doesn't know her real father. And so she really doesn't have any other family to turn to. Her mom is really, her by her side, her best friend. And now she's got this,
her mom, okay,
betrayal.
Hang on. The mom is dependent on the stepdad, right?
Yes.
So basically the family compact seems to be, in my humble opinion, sure, you can rape my daughter and your brothers can rape my daughter, but I'll need to see some money. Am I wrong?
That way. No.
I don't think I'm wrong. Isn't that the basic transaction? Yes. Sure. Go into the back room, rape my daughter, but I'm going to need to see some money on the table.
Yeah, I was upset with her mother, how she handled it when finally got the courage to, tell her. And, I don't know what kind of talk she had with him, but they sure as hell didn't, separate. He's still in the house. It's like, how do you even stay with a man that raped your daughter?
Well, for the money, right?
Yeah.
For the money.
Yeah.
And don't forget no names in the combo.
Sir.
So, I mean, man, what are you doing in the orbit of this anyway? What are you doing? What are you doing being around this at all? Like, you're in now, and you know it now, so you got to do something, but geez alive, what are you doing? What are you doing in this fucking dungeon of depravity and satanic child rape? And like, what are you doing?
Well, I tell you
why are you even in the neighborhood of this shit, of this filth?
Well, when we first got together, she's an amazing person, beautiful personality. And we hit it off right off at the start, starting a libertarian club together. And we became ANCAPs together, and we had the same quirky, likes and comedy and movies and all that, but it really has taken a toll on me.
Okay, dude, you're not talking to an idiot here. You know that, right? Like, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
So are you trying to tell me that this woman who's Stockholm Syndrome bonded to a woman who basically pimped her out as a child in return for money, that she's just great, wonderful, sunny personality, no personal problems, no psychological issues, everything was just fine?
Yeah, no.
Come on.
It's not sunny like that, that's for sure. No.
Didn't you say that she was suicidal?
Yeah.
When did you find that out? When did you find that out?
Like at about after of a year. Well, she's got cut marks on her wrists, so I kind of knew.
Wait.
Something was
So when
up,
you first met her, she was a cutter, right? So she had cut marks on her wrists when you met her.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you trying to tell me, this like sunny personality shit, man? Come on. Are we going to be real here, or are you just going to sell me a bill of goods?
I'm telling you, she's one of the most intelligent people you would ever meet, and she's just got that deep down, definitely dark side. She's been through some shit kind of deal, but I mean, literally one of the most intelligent people I've ever met, and I loved her for that. I loved her for her beautiful mind.
Beautiful mind who bonds with a woman who pimped her out for money. That's what you admire. These are the virtues. And who wants to protect the men who raped her as a child. This is the beautiful virtue that you find so admirable. Come on, man. She was pretty. You were lonely. Maybe your sexual market value is not the highest, but let's be honest about this, okay? Come on, don't sell me this. Because you know what's so dangerous about what you're doing? What you're doing is you're doing what her mom did, which is saying there's been no effects of the rape on her. No effects of the childhood rape on her. She was a wonderful, great, amazing, funny, brilliant person.
Mm-hmm.
You're re-inflicting this shit that the mom did. And now you're trying to spread it through my show to my listeners. Bullshit. Don't try that. Do not use my show to spread your self-contempt for getting involved in this mess. Do not inflict your dissociation and your self-justifications on my damn listeners. That is not right. That is not fair. You got involved with a cutter who'd been raped as a child, and you're trying to sell her as some great woman. Come on. Don't do that. You made a mistake. You got involved in a very dark and subterranean and dysfunctional, evil, satanic family. And you can't admit that to yourself. You can't figure out why you did it. So you're trying to sell a bill of goods through my show to my listeners. On my time, on my dime. No. No. You can either tell me if you want. You don't have to. You can do anything you want, as can I. You can either tell me what was wrong in your history that you ended up in this place, or I can move on to the next caller, but I'm not accepting this bill of goods that you're trying to sell me. I know too much. I know this is too obvious to anybody outside yourself.
Yeah, I think the relationship prior to hers, I was with a beautiful girl who, had the looks, we had the chemistry, the physical attraction was there, but she was a little bit, empty-headed, I guess you could say. And I was looking for something different. I wasn't looking for the blonde hair, blue eyes, supermodel. I wanted someone who I could connect with on, a deeper level. And I felt like,
and
that's what I got.
See, now you're trying to sell me this shit again. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but you cannot connect at a deeper level with somebody who is defending and justifying child rape. That is not possible, you understand? Look, I'm not saying that men or women who were raped as children are damaged goods forever, but not if they're this morally confused and Stockholm syndrome to the point where she is defending and bonding with the men who raped her as a child and the woman who did not protect her. Please don't tell me you had some deep and meaningful connection with somebody that messed up morally and emotionally, that colluding with child rape, that unaware of what happened to her and the morals of it. Come on. Please don't tell me that there was some big, deep and meaningful connection with someone like that. That's not believable. Come on.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to reconcile, how do I find the right girl? How do I find the right woman for me?
Well, stop praising the wrong girls. That'll help. Like you could say to yourself, which is the kind of like the ice water I'm trying to throw on your balls here, right? Because you're thinking with your cock, right? You're not thinking with your wisdom, your mind, your brain, right? Even your heart.
Right.
You ended up in a situation where you are in squalid possession of knowledge of multiple counts over many years of child rape and a mother who took money from the rapists, right? Now, if you don't sit there, look in the mirror and say, how the fuck did I end up here? And I don't think you've had that shock yet, that moment of like, what am I doing here? Why am I around these people? Why am I privy to this horrifying knowledge? Why am I in this environment? Why have I shaken the hand of a serial child rapist? Why is the best that I can do in the dating market a suicidal self-cutter, defender of those who raped her and enabled the rape? Is this really the best you can do? This is the highest you can aim for?
No, but I think I definitely do struggle with, my own insecurities and, there's a lot of things I have to work on personally, but before I can go pursuing another mate in life. But
Well,
I
and this
think
is
I've
why I'm
definitely
saying,
learned
so
a lot.
stop selling to me and to others and to yourself how great this woman was. She is endangering children by not acting against those who raped her when she was a child. Right? She is rewarding with her time and attention the mother who took money, and I would argue knew something was wrong, but refused to look into it because mucho dinero. What a nightmarish existence that you live romantically. Why are you within 1,000 light years of these kinds of people? And did you have people in your life who knew about this, who you were aware, and you said, "Oh yeah, I'm dating this woman. Oh, I want to date this woman. She's got scars all up and down her arm. She's a cutter, probably suicidal. What do you think?" And did everyone say, "Yeah, seems good. Go for it"? Do you have anyone around you who's watching your back, who's punching you in the dick so that you don't dip your wick in crazy and evil?
Yeah, yeah. It's a subject that I keep kind of to myself. I don't tell a lot of people about, and so I haven't been able to get this kind of advice, or I guess,
So why don't you tell people? If she's such a wonderful woman, why didn't you tell people?
I thought I could help her. I thought we could make something out of nothing, or something that could grow. But I mean, I realized.
Why choose her? Why choose her to fix over everyone else that you could have had? Why choose her? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Why her?
Not too many libertarian females out there, and the other ones I ran into were just kind of off their rocker as well too. So.
Right. And so clearly, a verbal commitment to libertarian ideology is not enough. Choosing a woman based upon her verbal approval of libertarian ideology is not going to keep you safe.
No, you're right. I mean, I need to find someone who's physically and mentally stable. That way I can be physically and mentally stable as well. For sure. I understand.
I don't know if you know what kind of danger you're in. You are in possession of the kind of knowledge that people kill for.
Oh,
they kill.
Yeah, Reddit let me know.
Okay, good. So please don't tell me that there's something good about all of this.
Yeah. I just got to get over that fact myself. And you're right. I got to look myself in the mirror and tell myself I can do better.
Well, if you can't, then don't. Like, go join a monastery or the French Foreign Legion or something like that, if you can't do better than this, right?
Yeah.
And you also need to ask yourself why you're so damn isolated that you can't get any decent advice or feedback from people. Why isolation for men in particular is a very, very big problem in society, and a very, very big reason why men often make these terrible, terrible decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm slowly coming out of my isolation for sure. Ever since we kind of gone our separate ways, I've been talking more with my brother, reconnecting with my dad, and other people that, when you go into a relationship, just kind of fall to the wayside. So it's definitely nice.
No. They don't fall by the wayside. Don't give me this passive stuff. You made the choice, right? They don't just fall by the wayside like they accidentally fell out of a car. You make the choice to not talk to people, right? And what did your girlfriend say about you spending all your time with her and not talking to your family? What did she say about that?
Well, my family is kind of broken up all over the U.S., really, so it's kind of tough to have close family time.
Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Yeah, because there's no such thing as a telephone or Skype or anything like that, right? What did she say about you not talking to your family?
Um, Nothing really.
Yeah, so she didn't have any problem with you not talking to your family. In fact, she may have encouraged it subtly, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
are you saying that for 5 years you were with this woman, you didn't have much contact with your family?
I mean, just not as much as I'm used to. You know, my brother moved away. We were really close, and now we're reconnecting. My mom's still in New York, and so I only get to see her
Hey,
once a year.
don't give me geography. Don't give me names.
All right.
Okay, so your family's
But
scattered, but what does that have to do with anything? I mean, it's this technology age, right? It's the communications
yeah,
age, right?
yeah.
Did
Yeah.
your family ask you about this girlfriend of yours at any time over these half decade?
Yeah, but very little. I guess they all also struggle in their relationships. You know, my mom and my father are they're in and out of relationships as well. You know, and I don't know if I'm like just the product of that. And
Oh, so they separated and now they're just dating all over the place?
yeah, both of them. Well, my mom has 2 divorces. My dad has now 3.
Jesus Christ. The hell's the matter with them?
I don't know, man. Don't know. They should have just stayed together, my mom and dad. If you met them both, we'd just be like, "Oh yeah, you guys belong together." But they didn't. They went their own way, and my mom went back to New York with me.
Well, I would suggest go talk to a therapist. Talk to a therapist and figure out what kind of crazy templates you got in terms of relationships, right? Figure out what the hell's going on in terms of
Mm-hmm.
relationships, right? Because where you have ended up is not normal. A half decade with a suicidal, completely unprocessed, abuser defending victim of child rape. Jesus Christ, man, that is way off the grid. That is way off the map. And it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Well, I just may have needed to hear that. So, thank you very much.
All right. Well, make your decisions, but talk to a therapist first. And I really, really appreciate
Right.
you
Yeah, I
talking about
appreciate you
this.
too. Thank you, Stefan.
All right. Thanks, man. And get these child abusers out of the country, for God's sakes. For God's sakes. Protect the children
All right.
in your local regime. All right. Thank you very, very much. And let's move on to the next caller.